Gaza City on Tuesday night, as Israel continues its relentless offensive against the military wing of Hamas. On Wednesday morning, the damage was clearer. More than 600 Palestinians and nearly 30 Israelis have been killed in the two-week conflict so far. In the southern city of Rafah, another all too familiar sight. Residents picking through what was once their homes. While in Hassan village on the West Bank, Palestinian men rush the injured to hospital. Well, on Tuesday afternoon, the United Nations Secretary-General met with the Israeli Prime Minister to hold a joint press conference in Tel Aviv.
We did not seek this escalation, Mr. Secretary. We accepted the Egyptian ceasefire proposal.
Speaking first, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expressed his reasons for continuing the fight against the militant wing of Hamas, and he urged the international community to take a clear stance.
And the international community must hold Hamas accountable for using Palestinian civilians as human shields, deliberately putting them in harm's way, deliberately keeping them in harm's way.
Following Mr. Netanyahu, the United Nations Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon spoke.
The United Nations position is clear. We condemn strongly the rocket attacks. These must stop immediately.
He went on to condemn the use of civilian sites for military purposes and made clear that talks were needed to resolve the situation and ensure that history doesn't repeat itself.
There is no viable alternative to a two-state solution. No closure, no barrier can separate Israelis and Palestinians from a fundamental truth. You share a common future.
However, in response to Ban Ki-moon's comments, the Israeli Prime Minister said that Hamas's Islamist extremism had no resolvable grievance.
Hamas is like ISIS. Hamas is like Al-Qaeda. Hamas is like Hezbollah. Hamas is like Boko Haram.
Well, there was further violence on the streets of Bethlehem in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Protesters fighting against the incursion of Israeli troops into the Gaza Strip threw rocks, firebombs, and used catapults. In retaliation, the Israeli military used tear gas to disperse the crowds.